I couldn't move forward because there was a mismatch between the marketing message and the approach of the sales team that created a huge kind of divide for me and removed any trust that I had.
Welcome to Inner Business, the podcast that delves deep into the soul of entrepreneurship. My name is Selena Woodward, seasoned business owner, qualified business coach, and intuitive guide. I'm going to offer you actionable steps to increase your revenue whilst we explore how you are showing up in your business. Let's explore the blocks and connect the dots on your journey to business fulfillment.
Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Inner Business Podcast. As always, I am your gracious host, Selena Woodward, the business coach who loves to ask you, what is your business trying to teach you? Woo! Today we are on the second episode of a short series of 4 in which we focus on that golden thread of energy that is the core message of your business. If you haven't listened to last week's episode, then please do head to selenawoodward.com/016 over on YouTube. Can you believe we've had over 1,000 views of that episode? Woohoo! Yay! Awesome celebration. I am so excited that that message is clearly resonating with you, and I have really enjoyed too the questions and the comments that I have found on Twitter, in the comments on YouTube, over on Instagram messaging, LinkedIn, wherever you have been reaching out to me. A hi from me and a thank you for those gorgeous conversations. Today's episode is designed to answer some of your questions, so keep listening. Now, obviously, last episode we talked about the beautiful golden thread of messaging and how that needs to be energetically woven through every element of your business, from leadership, sales, marketing, product, cash flow, operations, the whole shebang. Well, today I would like to focus on 2 aspects. I'd like to talk about sales and marketing, and I want to talk about how they are not the same thing, but how they do need to have that consistent thread woven through them. Remember that a consistent golden thread between all elements of your business is vital to continue to foster a relationship of trust. And the minute that thread is a bit squiffy, which is what I said last week, the minute it's a bit weird and off, there is a risk that you will break that flow, that energetic flow, and the trust that you are building. So what is the difference, if there is one, between marketing and sales? Bearing in mind they are all part of the same beautiful energetic tree that reaches out and calls in your clients. Marketing is what I would like to call a energetic pull. It's designed to call in potential customers, pull them towards you, and give you the opportunity to talk to them about what they need and how you, my friend, have the solution to their problem. We usually end up speaking on a one-to-many front, whether that be in a social media campaign or on stage giving an event talk, or even in your emails. You will be sending one copy of something out to many people. And one of the challenges around that is when that person receives that message, it kind of needs to feel like you're talking directly to them, that you see them, that you know them, and that you understand their problem and have the solution. That can be really challenging, especially if you haven't spent time really diving into who your customer is, what their problems are, and how you as the guide can support them. One of the reasons that we end up spending a lot of time in our messaging and marketing is because we're not clear on that. And maybe we're sort of scattergunning and sort of throwing out lots of different things on socials without that one thread to keep us aligned to. What is it, the controlling idea that helps you make a choice about what to say and what not to say? The main goal of marketing is to generate what we call leads, people who might want to buy from you. But marketing is not about transactions of energetic money. It's not about that yet. Marketing is really about getting your audience to be curious, to lean in and want to know more, and also encouraging them to go do their due diligence, to enlighten them by showing them case studies, showing them the results that you've had, and kind of answering any objections that they may be feeling, barriers that may be stopping them from working with you and moving forward. Marketing is a little bit like dating. You're kind of getting to know your audience, getting to know your customer. You're showing them that you have the same values, that you understand them, that you will support them, that you've got their back, but you haven't quite committed yet. No one's committed to anything. We're just getting to know each other. We are, like I say, staying in that place of gorgeous curiosity and enlightenment so that they understand your offerings and they know who you are. And the metrics that we like to measure to see if marketing is working would be things like number of views, whether that be on your social posts or on your website. Hopefully the socials are sending them to your website. Number of clicks, are they clicking on the links in your email to get to the materials you want to show them? And then ultimately the number of leads that is generating. So if we're posting on Facebook, how are we converting that to a lead, a person we can communicate with? Because some of our marketing efforts are going to start to narrow down with perhaps a nurture campaign, which again is designed to speak to many, but is definitely meant to feel like a one-on-one conversation. And that's where sales comes in. Because the next step, after we've been curious, after we've been enlightened on this person's products and services, on your products and services, and we're feeling like, yeah, these guys could be for me, then we move into sales. Now, sales is not marketing. If marketing is a pull, come this way. Sales is a nudge. And I say nudge, not push, because push sounds a little dramatic. I like to think of my customers as a little like the Fool card in the tarot. They're ready to start their journey. The last thing I want to do is shove them off the cliff on that card. I just want to go on, let's do it. So give them a little nudge. We're basically asking for a commitment at the sales stage. And we move from a one-to-many conversation to a one-on-one relational conversation. This is actually where it gets really cool because you get to really tune in to what your customer is saying, and you can actually do quite a lot of market research during your sales conversations because you can listen and hear if there are any patterns. Are there things that they're saying all the time that are the problem? Great, let's make a note and make sure we address those in our marketing, as long as they align with that beautiful controlling idea, that gorgeous golden thread. In our sales conversations, we are nudging them towards a commitment of financial energies. So this is where the beautiful green energy of money turns up. It's a gorgeous thing. It's where a transition and a transaction will occur. It's where we take all that hard work we did in marketing and we turn that into cash flow for our business. So again, you can see how that gorgeous golden thread is going to start to touch in the cash flow as well. Isn't it beautiful? I love it. It's so exciting. All of these phases required elements of the story brand framework in order to keep that thread going. In sales, we're probably looking at the 3-step plan where we're helping them to cross that river of decision and removing the cognitive load so that they can take a step forward, nudge themselves off the 0 point, off the Fool card, forward on their next phase of their journey with you as their guide. Oh, yes, please. And of course, all of that happens with some energetic exchange of cash. As I say, sales is about taking that lead you generated in marketing and then making it more personal, one-on-one in the relationship, really listening to their specific needs and problems, holding space, and then helping them by choosing a product or service that you offer that can support them on their journey. Now, I want to take a moment here to just check in. You've just heard the difference between sales and marketing. And I'm wondering if there's a moment of reflection here, if something is coming up in your business, a lesson for you. So let's take a breath, take a deep breath in. Just tune into what's coming up for you here. And I actually have a question for you. Where do you spend most of your time? Is it in marketing or sales? Is there an imbalance here in your business? Just breathe into that for a minute. If you think about last week, how much time did you spend on the one-to-many marketing, on Canva, making your posts, going live, making your reels, and how much time have you spent one-on-one directly connecting with the leads you have generated and giving them that little nudge to see if they're ready to work with you? Ooh, what's coming up? Comment below. Do you think it's even? Should it be even? Depends on the stage of your business. If you have 4,500 leads on your list, what's your conversion rate? Do you need to clear that email list of people who are no longer engaging? Because it costs you money to hold on to those leads in your CRM, particularly if you have gone over that line of, oh, now it costs more. What do you do in your business systems and processes to make sure that's happening? Are you spending enough time nurturing your leads? Is there an opportunity here for you today? That's exciting. If you are finding that you're putting more energy into marketing than sales, and you're a one-woman, one-man band, there's a question mark for you there about maybe the energetics of money, possibly. If it's the other way around, and you're not putting yourself out there at all, is there something there about needing to step forward and claim your power? Oh, gorgeous. Because if you're not seeing the revenue growth you're looking for, these two parts of the puzzle are pretty important. Let me know below what's coming up for you right now as we work through this. Now, my second question for you, if we take another deep breath, is just to think about the messaging that you've put out this week on Insta, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever you are. Is it consistent? Have you been sticking to a theme around something that will push someone towards a sale? Is there a thread? Is there a connection between marketing and sales? Or is your marketing message just not really connecting to a product? See, there's another thread connection. Not connecting to a product, not connecting to progress for your customer. It's just really cool stuff to get likes. Just check. Because if it's not about that controlling idea, that golden thread, we are at risk of overwhelm, of spending too much time on things that are really not connected to sales, cash flow, product, customer. It happens. Get excited about something. How does that resonate with you? Let me know. Because that brings me to one of the questions that I received this week. It was on Twitter from Ewan, and he asked me, his words were, hey, what has made you notice out of sync messaging? It was a great question. And when it comes to marketing and sales in this particular context, it's going to feel like the message is not consistent. So, for example, I recently had an experience with a company that their messaging and their marketing was very aligned with my own values. So it was very heart-centered, very open, very vulnerable in a way. And that really resonates with me because that's how I like to show up in the world. And as you know, I really believe that someone who has tried and tested business strategies and frameworks and couples that with really deep self-awareness and the ability to tune in to their intuition, that person is going to have a competitive edge out there in the market. So when I find a business that resonates on that frequency, I will be drawn to them. And I was. So I was drawn to this business. I followed them for a while on their social media. I connected with them in a group, and then I met their sales team. Now, the sales team were saying the words. Unfortunately, though, during this conversation, I felt shamed and I felt judged in the sales conversation. Now, that is a tactic that some people make. Well, ooh. But that energy did not align with what I had experienced in the initial messaging. And as a result, there was a complete disconnect for me. Any trust and any alignment that I had felt kind of melted away. And instead of feeling excited and ready to step forward like the full card, like off I go, I've got everything I need. My stick disappeared, my bag on my stick went. I didn't have what I needed to take the step forward, and the ice in the background of that card became stronger. If you're a tarot reader, you know what I mean. If you're not, don't worry. What I'm saying is I couldn't move forward because there was a mismatch between the marketing message and the approach of the sales team that created a huge kind of divide for me and removed any trust that I had. So in that business, it feels energetically like there is a mismatch across the team. So if you have a sales team and a marketing team, it's actually a really good idea to make sure that you have this one controlling idea, this one thread, and that it is defined. Are your sales scripts matching the messaging in your marketing? We're going to be moving, of course, to commitment, not curiosity and enlightenment, although there may still be a bit of that going on in sales. But if they are energetically misaligned, it blows it all up and it causes a break in that trust and that relationship so that they don't want to be committed. They don't want to take that leap with you. That is why and that question was really, really good. And I wanted to mention you and say hi in today's episode because that's what we're talking about. Oh, I'm getting shivers. We're talking about as we grow our business and scale and we bring employees on, are they aware and clear of the controlling idea, of the golden thread? Do we have defined critical actions for all our team members that make sure that we are in alignment with those things and in alignment with the company's, your business's goals? It's really important that the energy is aligned throughout. That is what I mean by this mismatch. Have you ever experienced that, listener? Have you ever had a moment like that? Let's not name and shame any businesses. I don't want that for us. But, if you've had that experience, tune into that because you do not want that experience for your customer. And as the leader of your business, it's our job to try and make sure that doesn't happen. Isn't that interesting? Comment below. And look, if you're thinking, actually, yeah, there might be. That's awesome. Growth spot alert. Woo, woo. Excellent. Celebrate. Because awareness is the first step, isn't it? Now, if any of you listening want to dive a little bit deeper into this idea of this messaging thread in sales and marketing, then don't forget that I am offering a free 2-hour masterclass on October 15th Adelaide time, 12 till 2. We've already got people signing up from Canada, the US. You are all welcome. And we are going to explore how to evaluate and then improve your messaging in that 2 hours. I solemnly swear there will be no sales pitch. It is all value in that 2 hours, but there is a catch. And the catch is that you must meet with me both before and after that session. It's really important that the people who show up in that session are heart-centered, will not bring judgment or armor into that room. And so I need to speak to you before we meet to make sure that we're all cool with that. And then afterwards, I'd really like to connect with you and see what resonated. And that's when we'll see if there's anything I can do to support you. I want to really protect that 2-hour container to just be about value. Loads of aha moments and inspired action for you. Now, if you're keen to join me, all you have to do is head to selinawoodward.com/event. That's SELENAWOODWARD.com/event. Fill in the form and then you'll get an email where you can book a 15-minute time slot with me to say hi and just go through the expectations of the session before I give you your ticket. Oh, are you coming? I would love to meet you. It would be such an honor to hold space for you. Oh, please come along, okay? And obviously, we're going to have lots of time for networking and connecting in that 2-hour period too. Go to SelenaWoodward.com/event to see exactly what we're going to be up to, what tools I'm going to give you for free. Oh, it's going to be really, really exciting. Okay, and also make sure, if you haven't done so already, that you check out last week's episode, which is at SelenaWoodward.com/016. And of course, hopefully I will see you in my mastermind on October 15th. In the meantime, my beautiful souls, let's keep building beautifully aligned, authentic businesses. And remember, your business is a gorgeous, soul energetic connection to who you are and your purpose. So keep building it in alignment 100% to your authentic self. I will see you this time next week for another episode of Inner Business. Take care.